Hey, how you doing? How's your pond doing? This is my pond behind me. It's deep winter, January 2011, here in the great state of New Jersey. The Middle Atlantic states have had quite a winter so far. Some pretty heavy-duty snowstorms, as you can see. I have about 10 inches that were dropped on me last night, so I figured it's a good time for us to talk about pond winter care tips. It looks beautiful with the snow on it, but there's some good reasons to try and clear that snow away and some other considerations for your wintertime pond care, so let's take a look. I think one consideration is really just a matter of safety. When you have a pond in your backyard, you do bear some responsibility. You never know who's going to come through your backyard, so clear it. It actually allows, if somebody is in that area, to see that there is a possible water hazard during the winter time and to steer clear of that. It also is going to allow small animals to be aware that you do have a water source. If you're inviting those animals to your yard, if you want to help, and if you can have an available water source, let them use it. So clearing it off is going to show them that, hey, there's a water source here. Another reason is for your pond plants. As you let that filtered sunlight get through down to the plants, you're going to keep them really in the best condition possible for winter time. It's covered, but you don't want the pond to be so dark inside there. I think your fish will actually enjoy the additional sunlight as well. They don't want to be in the dark all winter long. This snow could last for a long time, so while it's still fresh and it doesn't freeze or anything, get it off the pond, clear it out. Your fish will thank you for it. So these are all great tips and great reasons to keep your pond clear, but how do you do it? Let me show you what I use. No, I'm not mad at you. But this is a great piece of equipment to have. You can actually get it at any Home Depot or Lowe's. It has an extension on it, so it reaches out really far. It's really safe, easy to use, and it clears the snow away from the pond. All you have to do is walk around the edge. Be very careful while you're doing it, of course. And just like raking, pull it on back towards you. You know, if your pond needs to be aerated during the winter time, and most do, I'd highly recommend it. You don't want to go and try to make an open hole in the ice by using a hatchet or a hammer or anything like that. You're going to create a lot of noise, you're really going to stress your fish out, and you're going to find you don't really get anywhere. Some really good alternatives to hammering your way through the ice would be to use a handheld drill with a hole saw. Even a 2 to 3 inch hole drilled into the ice is going to at least let you drop down some aeration into the pond. And that's going to help oxygenate and release those gases that you really don't want to have in there. Pouring hot water on thin ice will work, but when you have a thick coating of ice, like I have here, hot water is going to get you nowhere quick. So I don't know if I recommend that unless you're really early on in getting this problem solved. If you think ahead, you can get a floating de-icer and get that into the water, and that's going to help create an open area for all your oxygen exchange to take place. Oh, the things I do for my fish. Out here in the winter, snowy day, and I'm out here clearing off my pond. But hey, you know, it's worth it. It's pretty amazing. Fish keeping as an interest, as a passion, as a hobby. Even during the winter time, interesting stuff going on with fish all the time. They have very funny behavior. Of course, they're extremely quiet right now. They kind of just hunker down and oftentimes will line up right next to each other like they're in a parking lot. It's pretty funny, quirky behavior, but I've noticed it, at least with my fish, many times. This time of year, they don't eat. Not around here, not in these temperatures, because the fish's appetite really is in almost direct relation to the water temperature. And right now, with water temperatures being in the 30s, the fish's body temperature is in the 30s as well. So they're hunkered down, they will not eat. Even if they took food, they're not going to metabolize it in these temperatures. So it's not even good to give your fish food, even if they take it, because it's just going to end up, unfortunately, getting down into their system, possibly rotting, and then you could have problems months down the road not really knowing why it happened, and it could be stemmed from something as simple as a winter feeding that caused problems later on down the road. It's pretty good exercise. I get to check out what's going on with the pond. I have a big open area here. This right down here is the bottom of my waterfall. So it is flowing through there. It still has a nice sound. From over here you can see the bubbling activity and the motion going on, so I know that I'm getting benefit from the waterfall running in the pond. Tell you what would be nice to have is a little pond Zamboni. Something I'm gonna have to work on. For now, my snow razor is gonna have to do the job for me. But look how nicely this clears up. That's nice and clear now. I'm really happy with this. Let's get some of this out of here. I'm gonna let that melt back into the pond itself. So let me just clear this up. And the pond is just about ready to be considered officially clear. Okay, so here we go. So, project is done. Real quick little pond care tip. Make sure your pond is clear. There's a lot of benefits for it. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. I know it's kind of cold and y'all got to go. I'm going to go too. Get back inside, have some nice coffee, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.